right, good morning, or good afternoon. I have a very messy house, so this is going to be a very short video because someone has to do something about it, and it would appear that that person is me. So I'm going to do a series on just if I had to whittle down to my favorite for a bunch of different age groups, starting with preschool. So let's get right to it. Product of the day. I've showed you this before. This is the Life Vac. Okay, so it's called the Life Vac. I believe it's $69. And what it does is, look at this. I've never had to use it, but I've had it just in case. It has three different size masks, and you place it over the mouth, you push, and then you pull. And there you go. Do it until blockage is removed. So it's just to prevent choking. So I've always had it just in case, never had to use it. But see, there's the littlest one, the smallest one. And there's the biggest one as well. So adult, child, and toddler size. Now the next product I'm going to talk to you about, I'm going to show a picture of it on the screen because I haven't had it for years. But when my children were babies, I had the thing called an Owlette. And I chose it over all the other baby monitors. But I chose it because, so a lot of different baby safety devices, they would let you know when your child stopped breathing. The Owlette, the difference is because it measured, I believe it measured the blood pulse ox, it would let you know when your child's breathing started to get iffy. So not when it's stopped, not when there's no movement, when it starts to get iffy. And so with my youngest, I didn't really need that. I would put it on him when he had a cold. But with the middle child, there were a few nights that the alarm would go off, and I remember my husband holding him one night going, it's not working, he's not breathing, as we're banging him, right? Like we pick him up and you're banging him, trying to get him to go. And eventually we did. But I feel that really saved my child. Like, I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if it would have worked another way, but it definitely gave me peace of mind. And there was quite a few nights that we had it. So with the littlest child, though, I didn't really need it. I only put it on like if he had a cold or something. And what I like too is that a lot of people said there was a lot of false alarms. I had the first version and the second version of it at the time, and I didn't find that many false alarms. I didn't, especially not with the second one. But even so, it was still worth it to me, even if there were a couple, which I don't really remember there being, I'm not sure. But what I also like too is that you can buy the refurbished ones so that you can get it at a discounted rate, just in case you couldn't afford that. And I just think that's a great product, like a life-saving product. I think it's great. So let's go to preschool toys. So first I want to talk about, okay, toys. Look at what I'm going to show you on the screen are the blocks I made from Home Depot. I'm going to show you a few different pictures of them. They love them. I love them. I love that I made them in a way. I measured it out and my husband cut them up with the saws, but you can get them cut at Home Depot. They'll cut blocks for you. So you just go pick out pieces of wood that you think would make amazing block sets so they can have a giant block set. It's the toy that they played with the most, and it's very Charlotte Mason-y as far as toys go. Okay, next up is, it won Best Game, so it's very simple. All you do is you put this Wuzzle statue up, or cardboard cutout out, and then you spin the thing and it says, okay, pick up something to feed the Wuzzle, right? And you put something on the spoon, and then you have to walk across the living room and go dump it in his mouth. So it's using the motor, but it's like so fun for some odd reason. It's 10 minutes time, which I love short games. And then there's one where it's like, okay, do the bunny hop there. Okay, spin around and go there. So it's one of the few games that he actually played the way it was designed, my youngest, and played it up. I mean, he still likes it, and he's 5, and he still likes it. Another game that I do like is the crocodile game, the alligator game. So I'm gonna put that on the screen for you. I mean, it's just fun. It's fun. It's got a lot of ways to play it. I like games where I don't have to participate too much. Those are my favorite games, where I can sit in the couch and just like help, but not move. An interesting game where you can be like, okay, hop on the red, hop on the blue, just based on the map. Like, you don't even need any of the pieces. You can just, roll regular dice and be like, oh, it says 5, move 5, because can you tell we lost some of the parts? Yeah. All right, so let me talk to you about next up on my list, and all the links will be in the description this time because I'm growing as a person. And so I'm gonna put all the links of all this stuff in the description, and I'm starting a website that's gonna have all these links on it, and you can just go and look through and press those links if you want them. Okay, so next up is, what am I doing next? Okay, let me talk to you about Days with Gray. Days with Gray she does breakfast invitations. It's where you invite your child in the morning to the table to play at breakfast. And that's kind of what started me homeschooling, was when they were really young, and I'll show you some pictures on. Some of those are Days with Gray, some of those because I bought our first product and there was only about 15 things in there. So then I just came up with some, or I found some on Pinterest and things like that. But essentially what it is I would have like strawberries out or something, and it would be like our pre-breakfast. That's another way I get more nutrition in them, is it's like our pre-breakfast snack while they're waiting for breakfast. And then I would have set up something on the table that they would do. So you set out like one of Gray's ones that she taught me was you have a big outline on a piece of paper and they got to put, the magnets in to fill it up and things like that. So just a different activity every day. So hers, it's Days with Gray, and she still does it. I mean, it's still, you can go get a package for it. Again, this was a long time ago I got it, but essentially what it is breakfast invitations. You're inviting them to play. And that's still why I don't homeschool. It doesn't take me that long to homeschool, because I start very early in the morning, and we start by doing, it's not really an invitation to play, it's more an invitation to eat now at this point, but we do, I guess not, because we wake up, we read, and then we play. And then after that, then it's breakfast, and we're still doing, and we start to do some homeschool stuff through that. Okay, so now that I've told you about Days with Gray and her invitations, let's talk about one of my favorite preschool curriculums. And yeah, I bought them all. Highlights has really good ones too. Like Highlights got really good ones, but even out of Highlights, even out of that big preschool book, this is my favorite. This is by a woman, and she has, I want to say 5 children. And she taught them all to read herself. And this is the first in her book. So circle A and A, color the pictures starting at the top. Now, if you're wondering, hey, did I use this because it's blank? Did I buy it for show? I did not buy it for show. We do use it, but I bring it, like today I brought it to the OTs, and it was like, okay, before we play at the OTs, well, their brother's an OT, we do like a page or two, right? So we do a couple pages, so you circle the matching letters. So, you can see too, and this gives me a good indication, because one child has trouble confusing these and can't always pick them out, whereas the other child can, no problem. So draw a line. So I just think, and for $10, it's $10, and I think it's gotta be, I think it's great. It's definitely a good start. You teach your kids that your letters have a first name and a last name, and the first name is their name, and the last name is the sound that they make. Generally make, of course not always. So I do have other alternatives to this, but I'm just giving you, to me, what I think the best of the best is. And this for reading is the best. For math, I taught them math really young, subtraction, addition, using Play-Doh, right? So you roll up 3 balls of Play-Doh, and then you smash 2, and you're like, all right, we had 3, I just took away 2. How much we got left? So that was the easiest way to teach subtraction. And then I'll even, like I did some science with them, but not really. At this age, and even at kindergarten, the science was more because I didn't want to start the science too early, right? Because it's not a wasted curriculum. The curriculum I'll show you in the grade 1 video that I use, it teaches college age concepts in grade 3 and 4, or 4th and 5th grade, something like that. So I just wanted to be ready for that. And one final tip I have is, Janet Lansbury. Janet Lansbury really helped me a lot. Her podcast is up to age 5 or 6. But oh my goodness, one of the main things I learned too from Janet Lansbury is basically, when it comes to children, when it comes to their emotions, if your child is freaking out and having a meltdown, one of the things to say is, oh, you wanted that so bad. You're so upset. And because they feel heard, I'm telling you, it'll calm them down. It reduces the strength of the temper. I mean, I still use it on my 5-year-old, and it reduces the strength of the temper tantrum dramatically, because they want to be heard, and you're helping them identify emotions. So there you go. That's my preschool video. Tune in tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow, for kindergarten. Can you say, please like and subscribe?
Please like to like.
And hit the bell for notifications.
Hit the bell for notifications.